Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the first ride where I've taken the beta out onto some actual proper trails. We're not just goofing around in the garden anymore. So this week we're at Lawden, one of our favourite hotspots. Or, well, my favourite hotspot anyway. I voted to start here because, you know, I've never taken the bike on a trail before and I'm super familiar with this place. I mean, I feel like I've almost memorised this entire place. Not corner for corner, but the main sections for pretty much everything. So I know where all the dangers are and where the tougher parts of the area are, and also I just have like a little lap which I like to do. Also, being super familiar with the area lets me like feel the difference between this bike and the Honda CRF that I had before, because, well, whilst they're both off-road capable bikes, they're very different in how they function. And like, there's actually a lot of similarities which I really appreciate that Honda has gone to the effort to recreate on the CRF, but being realistic, the beta is just a completely different beast.
Even I have a horn. Oh, look at him! Sliding on it. Yeah? Oh, go to second and go down. That's the easiest way to find it. Bit more throttle. Yeah. I don't know what gear it's in. Derek was riding it. Have fun?
Yeah. Whoa, dude, this is like a massage machine.
Yeah. Oh, he's having fun.
I think Paul needs a two-stroke.
Yeah, I think Paul needs a new bike soon.
Pretty nice. So, I think we figured it out. You're gonna go buy a van and a two-stroke. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, makes more
It's
sense.
so fast, right?
Yeah, and it's just so like easy.
Yep.
What weighs so much less? Yeah.
So I've never tried this hill climb before, and I'm not very good at them either. But whatever, I thought I'd give it a go. I really got to stop staring at the side of this thing.
Gotta not hit the side.
Well, almost looped the bike out there, panicked, hit the side again. I think 3 attempts is good enough. Now we can just watch Lucas do it properly. Darko managed it many times as well.
Literally perfect. Nice one, man. First gear is too aggressive. It's so aggressive.
So one of the main differences between this bike and the other bike is this is a two-stroke. When I was first reading about what the two-strokes do, everyone's saying they're lighter, they feel lighter because of like how there's fewer things spinning and there's less gyroscopic forces inside the engine and all this sort of stuff. So you can definitely flick the bike around a lot more easy, and that is absolutely true. Just like whipping along these trails, holy shit, it feels like there's nothing beneath my feet. It really is a world of difference between trying to wrestle the CRF, which I think is about 350 pounds. Once you include all the extra bits you put on, like I put a skid plate on, I put a tail railing guard thing on so that I can, you know, put luggage and stuff on it. Once you put the handguards on, like, you can't discount these weights, and once you put all of this on, that bike gets to about 350 pounds. Whilst this bike, on the other hand, is significantly lighter. I can't remember the exact poundage, but it's about 30 or 40 kilos overall, which is like 90 pounds lighter. And couple that with the amount of less spinning forces inside the engine, it's absolutely phenomenal, the difference. And obviously that doesn't even take into account the crazy amount of power this bike puts out. Even though it's the same size, same CC engine as the other one, it puts out so much more power. As well as that, like, because it's a two-stroke, it's just firing way more frequently than a four-stroke, so power comes on in a non-linear fashion because it's carburetted, not the TPI. So the power comes on very, very violently, which actually, when I was playing around in the sandpit, that power, when it just kicks in, it's just so nice because the bike is just slowly bogging down, which the COF really struggled. I'm not sure if that's just because the bike is underpowered, but there'd be times where, you know, I just pin the throttle and it's just like, come on. The bike is just, it's not moving. Yeah, this one feels like I'm just sailing across the top of the sand, and then you just twist her a little bit and holy shit, the thing just lurches forward and you're like, this is great. And then also the bike is lighter, so just throwing it around in the sand just feels way more comfortable. It's so good. Another thing that I was like worried about was in the reviews, people say like, oh yeah, two-strokes don't have engine braking, two-strokes have that engine braking, and it's like, there is less engine braking than a four-stroke for sure, especially noticeable downhill, but it's not like there's no engine braking. And from the amount of times I heard people say, oh, there's no engine braking, what do we do, there's no engine braking, I was under the assumption it was like a automatic car where, you know, you're driving along, you let go of the throttle and you're like, it takes you 5 kilometers to slow down because the car basically just slowly cruises down. I assumed the bike would be similar to that, but it's not. There is, on a flat surface, there's a fairly decent amount of engine braking, which I'm assuming is to do with like the high compression. The only real time you notice the difference is when you're doing, well, I say quote unquote steep, because nothing here is that steep, but on those sort of downhills, that's where the engine braking no longer starts slowing you down, and you can just hear the bike speeding up as you're going down just using the engine brake. So you are forced to use your brakes more carefully in those situations. This is an omen for later. But he's good after a couple of minutes to regain himself. Onwards.
Oh, these brakes are sharp. A little too tight there. I hit the spring. First gear's just too aggressive. Just go straight up. Tractor. Turn right. Oh wait.
So as you can see, I'm riding a little bit excited. I'm having a great time. Bike feels good, I feel good. Yeah.
Yep, going along here fast. Oh, fuck. Ah. Yeah, I'm alright.
Yep, overrode. I was chasing one of our buddies who went the wrong way, and I was going a little bit too quick. And yeah, I paid the price for it. I wasn't fully used to the bike. I grabbed a little bit too much front brake going into a corner. Should have seen it coming. Silly mistake. I called it there for the day because it was pretty bad. It hurt pretty badly, so I went to the hospital the next day. They did a scan, x-ray, nothing broken, so that's all good. Just had to give it another 2 weeks off. Moral of the story is, don't ride too fast on a new bike, dumbass. See ya.